Hey folks, Blackcross here, and it's been a while since I've done a vlog video, so I figure I'd go on ahead and do another one. Originally, I was going to plan on March 30th, but then I remembered that Square Enix was going to be releasing their release date trailer on March 30th, so I figured I better set that aside. So instead of March 30th, I'm going to do another vlog video about a week after the 1st of April. Now, what's so special about March 30th? Well, that is technically the very first day that I started uploading videos on YouTube. Now, in all honesty, technically I started recording videos about 2 weeks before then. Mostly to learn the equipment and kind of learning how everything works and everything like that. And the first year has been mostly a learning curve for me. I've been learning everything on my own. In terms of like what all I needed and everything like that, I've learned from like looking up on YouTube, other YouTuber suggestions and stuff like that. And it's been a crazy year for me. I've never really been this self-involved with video games in a long while. Which I'll talk more on that one whenever I do the next vlog video. I want to do more videos in the future, vlogs video especially, because I feel like even if I don't have anything to talk about, I do want to say a few words, even if it doesn't mean anything to you guys. I don't know, I felt like talking. So this month I figure I'd go ahead and talk about all the things that's going on this month per se. For starters, you know, the fact that Final Fantasy 15 is going to finally be announced when it's being released. I'm really excited for it. I'm still thinking it's going to be right at fall. I'm still thinking that. But if it turns out to be earlier than that, then I'll admit that I was wrong. I do not mind that, so long as it's earlier than that. If it's later than that, then that's going to suck badly, in fact. But anyway, though, then, of course, there's also news already sprouting out for E3 of this year. You know, there's a lot of people talking about as to what games are going to be talked about for this year's E3. If I have to guess, I would say more details on, like, probably The Last Guardian, because that one has not got a set date yet. It says sometime 2016. It has not a set date yet. I think Uncharted, I hadn't looked it up yet. I'm thinking either April or May, I think. I'm not sure. It may be this month it's supposed to release. I don't remember. I'll have to look that up. So, there's that game. Still waiting on Kingdom Hearts 2.8. Probably won't get a detail on that one until E3, I say. Kingdom Hearts 3. Starting to look like it's going to be a 2016 release, if that's the case, because I feel like, you know, what was Kingdom Hearts Key, and then Kingdom Hearts 2.8, Kingdom Hearts 3 is looking more towards next year, I imagine. Which, that's okay. No biggie, even though I would have liked it to come out sooner than that. But that's fine. Another thing, too, Dark Souls 3. You have no idea how hard it is to not look up any details on Dark Souls 3. It turns out that From Software has been very busy with Dark Souls 3. One of them being that very few people around the world has been honored to do a network testing with Dark Souls 3 multiplayer. As far as I know, Vavida and Silvermont were both involved with the network testing, which I have to say, both of them, I'm glad that they were the ones that got involved with the network testing, but I would have loved to have been part of it, but that's okay. But I did find out something interesting. In very few places in the world, they hosted a little opening demo for the game Dark Souls 3. You know, there were several people got lined up. I know there was some in London, and then there was some in California to do it. And basically, what it was that you got to play at least 3 hours of Dark Souls 3. And from what I know so far, which I didn't look up any video or anything, I was reading information. They were only allowed to play through a certain amount within the game. And judging by what Fighting Cowboy talked about, he said that there were basically 3 bosses that you could fight within that amount of time. And then Silvermont as well as I'm going to call him Vada Vita, which I do apologize if that's not how it's pronounced. I do apologize. But those 3 also got involved with the playthrough demo of it as well. And they already released their portions of the game as well. And I am trying my damnedest not to look it up, because I want to be as completely blind of the game as much as possible. I wasn't so lucky with Dark Souls 1 and 2. I did know a little bit here and there when I first got started with those 2 games. But that did not ruin the experience for me, thankfully. So, it still was... Those 2 games alone was really great. And then, of course, there's Bloodborne, which I'm surprised how fast information got traveled around as to what all could be found, what all you could do, and everything like that. And then, of course, there's also the fact that, you know, they also released the DLC later on last year of the Old Hunters. And as far as I know, they have not made announcements if they were going to do any more DLCs for it. I say not. What was Dark Souls 3 fixing to be released? I don't think they're going to do another one. But if they do, then that's great. Bloodborne could do a lot more improvements. I think they could. But I don't think they will. I think Bloodborne was a one-track play, and then that was it. If they wanted to do any more on it, they could have easily expanded it to where, you know, you would be able to do PvP and a little bit better, like you could in Dark Souls 1 and 2. Dark Souls 1 wasn't so heavily implemented, but Dark Souls 2 was very much so. Several people got involved to making fight clubs in the game, and then there was the Blue Cathedral as well as the Brotherhood of Blood Cathedral. So there's a lot of PvP in Dark Souls 2 especially. I'm hoping Dark Souls 3 has it to where you can do a lot of PvP in that one. I really do hope so. So I'm trying my best not to look up any details on Dark Souls 3. And the reason why I haven't done the discussion video on Dark Souls 3, the footage that people have released on YouTube have all been the network testing as well as the actual game that was hosted in California and London. And that is not my footage to take. I can always look at it and talk about it, but to be honest, I couldn't really show it saying that it was mine, if not. Then again, I did that for Final Fantasy 15, but that was because that was everywhere on the web. The fact that, you know, Square Enix released the information. So I mean, I was trying to get to a point to where, you know, you got the ideal of what I was trying to say through those videos. But any clip that isn't mine, I will not do. So it's not that easy to do certain things that I would like to do. There is going to be a lot of stuff that I have to think on in order to do like top 10s and stuff like that. So in other words, it may take me a while to do certain videos here and there. Basically what I'm trying to say is that I'm wanting to do more videos, but due to the limitations of time that I have, I can't do a lot of videos. That being said, I would like to get back to releasing videos every day. I really felt like that if I kept doing a video every day, I was always busy and I always had something for you guys to watch. More importantly though, let's put it this way. Fallout 4 is a beast to tackle. There are a lot of quests on there, and each quest takes a hell of a long time to go through. and I can't really play it within a 30-minute time frame to where it makes a full episode for you guys to watch. So instead, I figured I'd do like a long playthrough of the game and then edit out any and all slow bits to where you got to see the majority of the game itself. And I am sucking really badly at Fallout 4. But that's to be expected because of how I'm going through it, I guess. I think a lot of people who are playing Fallout 4 will say that there are a lot of stuff that I could improve on. Then again, it's kind of hard to find materials needed. I'm still learning how the game works, but so far it's working a lot better than I thought. Every single time I discover an interesting thing about the game, I found out something special about it that I could easily do later on. Oh, also too, I've started my PvP series, as you noticed. Technically it was yesterday at the time of this video, but it will be this past Sunday I released it. Let me know what you thought. Do you like the PvP series? The first episode, I mean, despite me failing so badly at the first episode, I think I can do better in PvP, and if I get a little bit of practice in it. Then again, that was just one build that I had. I have two other ones in Dark Souls 2, and then I also got Bloodborne, which unfortunately there'll only be one episode of Bloodborne, unless people want more. If people want more PvP in Bloodborne, I have no arguments for it. It's not easy to get inspired to create builds in Bloodborne than it is in Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2, there are a lot of weapons and armors that you can create your own character and be guaranteed all the time that something's going to be different. Where in Bloodborne, there's not that many. And if we're looking at Bloodborne to be like the first of a series, then that would make sense, yeah. I mean, it would make sense that there's not a lot of stuff in it. But when you consider the fact that this is From Software, the same people who made Demon's Souls, Dark Souls 2, they could have done a lot with it. I mean, I'm not saying the game is bad. It is still great. But I felt like there was a lot of small stuff that they missed out on in terms of potential. Even after playing Dark Souls 2 now, I realize that there's a lot of people who would have enjoyed it a lot more had it done a certain set of moves that it didn't go with. But yeah, I mean, the plan, I have a plan that I'm wanting to do, and so far my Let's Play series is going good. Discussion videos, not so much, I'm afraid. Then again, we're technically in a dry season, so any news or information that we get on certain games would not be as much information or details. If nothing else, the games that I talk about are games that I'm interested in. So people are probably going to be like, oh, well, why don't you talk about this game or that game? Well, that game does not have my interest whatsoever. And I'm not saying that the game's bad, I'm just saying that, unfortunately, I had no plans to purchase that particular game or wanting to play it at that time. You know, and that's what this channel is for, is to basically play through games that I've never played before, whether they be new or old games. And there are a lot of old games that I haven't played before, so that's kind of why the channel is created to begin with, is just to experience these new games or old games that have never been played before, and have a first time reaction of it. And I'm glad to do something like that. But I have a plan on my Let's Play series, and I don't want to be lazy on it. That's the first thing I want to say, is that I don't want to be lazy on it. I don't want to just record 15 or 20 minutes and say, there's the video. No, because I don't talk a lot in those videos. Mostly because I'm always thinking as to how to go about the situation at hand. And I think it would help better if I had like a second person, sort of like how Aaron and Danny, they both are in the game room and they're talking all the time while playing the game. Imagine if it was just Aaron. I think, if we had to be honest, if it was just Aaron and no one else in the room, the series of, like, let's say Super Mario Maker, it would probably be reduced to either 30 or even 25 episodes. And it's already past, I think, episode 70, I believe. I'm not quite sure. Last I remember, I saw 70, but I don't remember what number per se. It may be almost 80 right now. I am way out of touch with stuff like that, mostly because I've been busy with my own life. Number one, I'm trying to figure out a schedule to where I incorporate both YouTube and my real life. Because for starters, I'm still trying to switch jobs over. I'm hoping within the next week or two I will be able to do that. And most of you guys are like, I thought you already switched jobs. Well, things kind of got sidetracked, unfortunately. Things did not go as quickly as I would have liked to have. And the bad thing is that I've had some things go on, some personal things that I won't dwell on you with. I've been kind of sidetracked a lot, actually. And it's probably a good thing that I do a lot of recordings at one time. But it's not easy. It's really not that easy to try to keep up with videos to release them for you guys. I would like to one day be able to release videos every day for you guys for this channel. I would love to do that. I really would. Right now, that is my main goal, is to try to figure out how to get back into the swing of releasing videos every day for you guys. And I have a few ideals, but I'm afraid to go through them because I don't think that they would be as popular or as good. Let me explain it this way. I'm thinking about doing another series. I say another series because, on the one hand, I kind of like the ideal, but on the other hand, I'm not very good with that particular genre of games. One second. Alright, so about a week ago, me and a couple of friends of mine, as well as Delmar, well, technically they're Delmar's friend, but they sort of grow to like me more. In fact, Delmar said, okay, let me explain to you this way. These guys are all people that he works with at the place that he's working at right now. And he sort of introduced me to them, and the way he told me, the way he explained it to them, he said that I'm like him, but better. I wouldn't say better, more of... better wouldn't be the word that I would use to describe myself. I guess if we had to be specific, I'm more... I wouldn't say classy, but that's the only thing I could think of. I'm a little bit more classier than Delmar is. And, I guess that kind of makes sense. But anyway, though, we went to Cookeville for, like, a big, group friend trip and everything like that. And it was interesting. It was really fun and entertaining. And, I got me a couple of games, in a place called Game Haven. Me and Delmar always go there whenever we're down to Cookeville. Mostly because we're both game collectors, and I got two games. One of them being Ninja Gaiden 2, and then the other one is Castlevania Judgment. Technically, Castlevania Judgment is a fighting game. And I've been wanting to get into the Castlevania series for a long time. Yes, I have never played a Castlevania game before, so... look forward to that, but I'm wanting to get into a couple of fighting games. Some of them looked at interesting, like Street Fighter V and Mortal Kombat XL. I have never been a fan of fighting games, mostly because I never could get good enough to where I could fight other players. I'm one of those people who randomly push buttons in order to try to win. And there's no real skill in that. It's just pure random luck is what it is. But Castlevania Judgment, when I looked at the box cover, It reminded me of Death Note, the Death Note anime. I thought to myself, I was like, you know what, this may be interesting. So I got the game now, and I'm thinking about doing a little series, a little mini-series of me playing through it. And by mini-series, I mean, like, you know, I'll play as one character, go through an entire playthrough of that character, and then I'll go through each individual character. And I think, yeah, there's 14 legendary Castlevania characters in this game. So, 14 characters. I think that's a lot, actually. But yeah, I'm wanting to do a small mini-series with these type of games. Again, I'm not a big fan of fighting games, nor am I good enough to play them. But I figured, you know what, for something, just something to fill in the gaps within the week. Just something to do that. Again, just something to keep you preoccupied. Because I thought to myself, I may not be good at games, I may not be a pro, but if I can be a small distraction in your day, then I've succeeded in some form of way. May not be the best way, but at least that's what I was able to do for you guys. I want to be able to give you a small distraction in your, I guess the word would be menacing day. So, if I can do that much, then that would be enough for me to kind of live and work on YouTube knowing that I can do that for you guys. And I'm going to be honest with you. I really want to be honest with you guys. And I know some people who are already on YouTube would say, no, don't say that, you'll jinx it, or it's bad luck, or something like that, but I really want to be honest with you guys. I would love to one day be able to work on YouTube. One day I would love to be able to make that as an actual thing. Right now, I'm not getting paid to do anything of it. Any ads that you see is mostly because of stupid copyright claims and stuff like that I'm trying to go through. I don't have a lot of them, and I'm trying to learn how to avoid that. Like, what can I do that can prevent from this happening again? Because I'm figuring out these little strategies that I've got, and if I can figure out a way to kind of overlap the copyright claims, then I win. I'm not saying it as to be mean or anything like that. I'm saying it to a point where I'm learning more and more as to why there aren't as many people who does YouTube for a living. I mean, there are a lot of YouTubers out there, but there's not a lot of them because of copyright claims. Nostalgia Critic especially has to go through it every day. And it's sad, really. It really is. Because, you know, the fair uses is not fair use anymore. It's just Hollywood being a bully to everybody else, saying that, oh no, you can't take this. Who says anybody's taken? It's like people saying, oh, we'll take Mickey Mouse. Everyone knows who Mickey Mouse is. You cannot take an icon. Same thing with Bugs Bunny. Same thing with the X-Men. Same thing with Superman. Everyone knows it. But because of the individual copyright claims, we've reached a point to where everyone wants a piece of the action. And that's the sad truth. And I hope that someday this can be improved, and hope that someday this will stop becoming a problem. But until then, it's people like me who are starting out on YouTube who are going to suffer the most, because they're starting out, they don't know what they're doing, and we're having to suffer because of our, I guess the word would be immaturity, I guess, I don't know. But it's learning through YouTube and learning from other YouTubes that I realize that I still have a long road ahead of me. But should the day come that I can work on YouTube, making a living off of it, I would do it. In fact, I've thought about a system for a long time, but again, I won't dwell on you with that ideal, not until the next vlog video. But I just wanted to be honest with you guys, saying that someday I would like to do YouTube as a full-time thing. Until then though, I'm kind of on a side streak here. YouTube is a side business for me, and even if it doesn't work, I'll still do YouTube as like a hobby. I still love video games enough to where I like to talk about them. I still love video games to where I get joy out of playing them. I still get joy of picking up old games that I've never played before and playing them and realize that this is really good. And they become a permanent staple to my shelf. So, I mean, I still enjoy it. So, even though it's a rough start, it's a start that I know for a fact that I like better. I like it. So anyway, that I just wanted to do a quick vlog video for you guys. Well, not really quick, because it's not really quick at all. I feel like I wanted to talk about something for once, you know. I may do a vlog video every month, I don't know. It all depends. Like I said, top 10 countdowns are not coming as easily because of how I'm wanting to go about it. It's one of those things of where I need to create different top 10s. It's not just a top 10 for boss fights. I want to create top 10s based on games that I've played and my experience with them. My next top 10 might air by the end of this month, probably. I don't know. I've got the videos and everything. I just hadn't started recording, nor have I decided if this is a good enough list for me to go on or not. It's one of those things where I don't want to force myself to do it. I want to be on board with the idea. I want to be motivated. I'll be like, yes, I can't wait to do this type deal. And it's not so much writer's block. I don't think that's the word to use it, because I don't do any writing whatsoever when it comes to script, when it comes to making these top 10s. These are all straight from my head. So even though some of them seem planned, these are just ideas that came out of my head out of nowhere. Thus the random video series, which I still need to do another one. I've still got plenty of ideas on that one. I just hadn't started doing any of them yet. So until the next video, which you'll see tomorrow, which was done a week ago. Like I said, it's been kind of weird for me trying to get everything fixed up and scheduled in, but hopefully within the future I can find out how to go through things. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. This is Black Cross signing off, wishing you a wonderful day, and may God bless you. Take care, guys.